So let's see the question again. Y is inversely proportional to, not this one. We say y is inversely proportional to x plus 2 squared. Y is inversely proportional to x plus 2 squared. So we write x plus 2, then we square everything. Is that okay? Now, then they went further to say that when x is 1, y is 2. So we write this one, find y in terms of x. Okay, this question, they just say find y in terms of x. Okay, find y in terms of x. So it's like you're not going to like find y as a value, find y in terms of x. Okay, so we say when x is 1, y is 2. So we write this down, x equal to 1, x equal to 1, and then y equal to 2. So first of all, we have to now change this one. You know, we always remove this symbol of variation or proportion and introduce the constant of proportion. So when we do that, this will be y equal to k times 1 is k. So there's always k here, which if I multiply by 1, it will be k in the numerator. Then in the denominator, we have x plus 2, everything squared, right? So now the next thing to do, they've told us the value of x. They say x is 1, y is 2. So we're going to put those values so that we can find k. So we put this value, y is 2, I put 2 here, equal to k all over x is 1. So I will say 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2. In place of x, I put 1. So I say 1 plus 2, everything raised to the power of 2. So this will give us 2 equal to k all over 1 plus 2 is 3. So 3 square will be 9. So remember, this is 2 over 1. So if we cross multiply, okay, we have to cross multiply. If we cross multiply, 2 will multiply 9. And then k will multiply by 1, will be multiplied by 1. So k times 1, we get k. 2 times 9 will be equal to 18. So this is the value of k. Now, once you get the value of k, and then we can simply find the y in terms of x. We just put the value. We put the value of k into the function. So we say y equal to, the k is what? 18. So we write 18 over x plus 2 squared. X plus 2, because they did give you the value of x. They just say find it in terms of x. So this is where you stop. You say y equal to 18 over x plus 2 squared. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So let's take another question on inverse variation as quickly as possible.
Wait, we just keep it as y equals 18 over
x plus 2 squared. Yes. Because you know why? Because they said find y in terms of x. In terms of x. They didn't give you the value of x. They just say in terms of x. Meaning, yeah, keep x in the equation. Okay, so we take another question as quickly as possible. That is inverse. Okay, look at another inverse variation. P is inversely proportional to the square of q plus 4. P. So we write that function. Question number 10. So this is our question number 10. P. Question number 10. P is inversely, so whenever we do inverse, we always do 1 all over x plus 4. Is inversely proportional to the square of x plus 4. Since they say the square, we have to square it. They did say square root. If they say square root, I have to put square root here. They say P is inversely proportional to the square of x plus 4. So sometimes you have to take care between square and square root. When they say square root, you have to know what they're talking about. Meaning you say x plus 4 raised to power 2. If they say cube, you say x plus 4 raised to power 3. But if they say cube root is inversely proportional to the cube root of x plus 4, if they say cube root, this is what you will do. You say x plus 4, then you draw this cube root. So you must take care when they're talking about cube, cube root, square, square root. So for this question, they say square root, and they say square. If they say square root, we would have written it, it would have been written like this, x plus 4, and then we put the square root like this. If they have said a p is inversely proportional to the square root of x plus 4. But the question didn't say that. The question said p is inversely proportional to the square of x plus 4. So it has to be this way. Then the next step is to remove the symbol of proportional variation and introduce the constant of variation. We introduce the constant p equal to, then you say k times 1. Okay, last one I jump this step because you introduce k, you multiply with this one. You say multiply by 1 all over x plus 4. X plus 4. Everything squared. X plus 4, everything raised to power 2. Now, let's take the values of the p, and p is 2, q is 2. Find the value of p when q is negative 2. Okay, so the question is p is 2, p equal to 2, and q equal to 2. Then find the value of p. What is p? P is unknown when q equal to negative 2. When q equal to negative 2. So we're going to substitute into these functions, and then we're going to find the value of p eventually. But before we do that, let's find the value of k. So we say p equal to k over k times 1 is k. K over x plus 2, x plus 4 raised to the power of 2. X plus 4 raised to the power of 2. So this is what k is, x plus 4 raised to the power of 2. So I would say this, then the next thing for us to do is to put the values. The next thing for us to do is to put the values. Now p is 2, I put 2 here, and k we don't know, that's what we're looking for, all over x plus 4, x is 2. Sorry, I think we missed the question. The values we're doing for p, right? It's not x. They use p and q, so not x. Here is not x, here is q. Okay, sorry. Here is q. They use q as a function. So I have what I have q is also 2. So I'll say 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4, everything squared. Okay, so I have 2 equal to
36.
Yeah.
K over 36.
Yeah.
And then you cross multiply, and then k is 72.
Okay, great. So we have this equals to k over 36. And if we cross multiply, k will be equal to 72. Now, have we found k? Then it's easy for us to find, the value of p. Now, p will be equal to what? Because we already have k. P equal to the value of k, which is 72. So I write 72 in the numerator over, they've told us q will be negative 2. So I will say negative 2 plus 4. Remember this function, q plus 4. Negative 2 plus 4 raised to power 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So p will be 72 over 4. P will be 72. P will be 72 over 4. Why? Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. 2 squared, we get 4. So 72 divided by 4, what do we get?
18.
18. So P will be equal to 18. P will be equal to 18. That's it. Is that okay? Now
Yeah.
let's get another question on inverse. Let's get another question on inverse. Let's see if this one is inverse. Let's say the number of hot drinks sold in a cafe decreases as the weather becomes warmer. What type of correlation is it? Okay, this is the correlation statement. Okay, let's look for, is it x varies directly? No, we're not looking for direct variation. Y varies directly. Okay, we're looking for inverse. The cost of circular partial C dollar varies as the square of this direct variation. Okay, I have another one. This one. Let's see this one. Question number 8.
Yeah, this is reverse.
This one is inverse, right? Okay. But before we get this, let's see if there's any other inverse before this question. Okay. This one is inverse. Let's see if I can find another inverse before this. This is direct. As quickly as we can. This is inverse. Okay. Let's start from here. Right? The speed v of a wave is inversely proportional to the square root. You see, we must take note of this sentence or this phrase, square root. The speed v of a wave is inversely proportional to the square root of the depth of the water. So what we're going to have, question number 11, right? This question number 11. So we have question number 11. Okay, I make it a bit, it's looking too big. Okay, so we say this speed v is inversely proportional to the speed v. The speed v of a wave is inversely proportional to the square root of the depth of the water, to the square root. So we say to the square root of the depth of the water. So this is what we have. And then let's put the parameters that they've given to us. V is 30, D is 400. 30, 400, V and 25. 30, 400. So we come here, V is 30 and D is 400. Now find V. They want us to find V when D, find V when D equal to 25. Okay, so the first thing we do is to use this one to find, the first thing we do is to use this one to find the value of the constant. So this is inverse variation. So what we need to do is to remove the symbol of variation and prove the constant of variation. So we say V is equal to K times 1, which is K over the square root of D. So have we got it this? Then we substitute it to this and get the value of K first. So V is 30. So I write 30 here is equal to the value of K is what we're looking for. So we write K over the square root of 400 because D is 400, the initial values. D is 400. So the square root of 400 is 20. So what I have here is 30 equal to K over 20 because the square root of 400 is 20. So when we cross multiply, you get 600. K will be 30 times 20. When you cross multiply, you have 30 times 20, which is 600. So we get the value of K to be 600. The moment we get that, then it's pretty easy for us to find the other values, the value of V, the other value of V that they ask us to find. So V is, we write the formula, V equal to K over the square root of D. V equals to K over the square root of D. So V equal to, now K, we got K was 600. So we write 600 all over the square root of 25. Remember, D is now 25, all over the square root of 25. So the square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 25 is 5. So we have V equal to 600 divided by 5. 600 divided by 5. Okay, 5 going to 60, we get 12, right? So we get everything 120. So that would be the V, the speed of whatever that they're talking about. Is that okay?
Yeah, I got that answer.
Okay, great. Okay, let's see if we find, and one of the inverse we saw just now, let's take a look at that. This one is inverse. So y is inversely proportional to x raised to power 3. Y is inverse, question number 11. Question number, is it 11 or 12? I wrote 11 before. 12. Question number
12.
Yeah, question number 12. So we say y. Okay, let's see the question again. Y is inversely proportional to s cube. Y is inversely, anytime inversely, just say 1 all over s cube. Like this. So then they went further to say that y is 5, x is 2, 5y when x is 4. Y is 5, y equal to 5, and then x equal to 2. Now they want us to find y. Y will be what? When x equal to 4. So we just substitute it to this. First of all, we remove this and put k here. So we say y. Okay, let me change. We say y equal to k over x to the power of 3. K over x to the power of 3. So we put the value. K we don't know is what we're looking for. And we know the, okay, let me use the next one. We know the value of y. Y is 5. 5 equal to k we don't know. We write it there. Over x is 2. So 2 to the power of 3, which gives 8. Because x is 2, you put 2 here. 2 to the power of 3, you get 8. So what we have is you cross multiply 5 times 8, 40. So k will be 5 times 8. If we cross multiply 5 times 8, k will be 40. So now we got k, we can find the value of y when x is 4. Now we got k, so we can find y. So we say y will be equal to 40, which is the value of k. 40, which is the value of k, all over x is 4. So you say 4 to the power of 3, because it's x to the power of 3. 4 to the power of 3. Sorry, here 4. 4 to the power of 3, because they say x is 4. So 4 to the power of 3 is 64, right? So this will become 40 over 64. 4 times 4, 16 times 4. Right? Am I right? 4 times
5
4 times 4.
over 8. 5 over 8.
No, I mean this one.
Yeah, 64.
Yes, 64. So this becomes.
Do we take it as 5 over 8 or
Yeah,
do we
yeah,
take
yeah.
it
We
as
can leave it as 5 over 8 because 8 go here, you get 5, and 8 go here, you get 8. You can leave as 5 over 8 as your y, or you put in decimal. Whichever one is fine. Whichever one is fine. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. So can we look for from that exam mate? Or, okay, there was another question that was a bit, this one. Can we do this one?
Yeah. Okay, we'll just do this one and then examine it.
Okay. I sure we have that loss. We don't have that luxury of time. Should we go to exam 8 or we do this one?
I'll do it quickly. I'll do it very quickly.
Oh, yeah, do it quickly.
Okay, just keep this so I can see.
Okay.
Here they said the square of the diameter. So do they mean d square?
Yep. The electrical resistance R of the length of cylinder wire varies inversely as the square of the diameter d of the wire. That means R is inversely proportional to d squared.
Okay.
Remember, it's inverse proportionality, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I got my answer.
So what's the answer?
40 over 16 and then 5 over 2. So 2.5.
Yeah, correct.
To be safe, I'll write both answers. Like, for example, like in the one before, when we got 5 over 8, I'll write for 5 over 8. But for this one, I'll write 5 over 2 and then 2.5 just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we see here. Here you want to do the inverse or the direct? No, this first question is even inverse. you try this?
Let's continue inverse because we didn't do a lot.
Yeah, can you try this? Y varies inversely as the square of x. This one is pretty easy. Y varies inversely as the square of x. Okay, as the square of x. So we go to square x. So we simply, similar to the one we just finished, to be honest. Question 40. Super
Can you
simple.
go back?
Yeah, I will. Just a moment. Sorry. Yeah. Is it y varies inversely as the square of x? So y varies inversely as the square of x. Is it y is 1.5? You know, we introduced k over, and x is 8. So 8 squared, right? 8 squared, we get 8 times 8, that's 64. So 1.5 equal to k over 64. So we cross multiply, we get k. What's k? 1.5 times 64. What do you get?
96.
Okay. Okay, so that's our value of k. So we can find, now we got k, we can find the value of y. You say find the value of y when x is 5. Find the value of y. So we write y equal to k, which is 96, all over x is what? 5, right? When x is 5. Okay. When x is 5. So y equal to 96 over 5 to the power of 2. Because x is 5. 5 squared. So y will be 96 divided by 25. What do you get? 96 divided by 25. What do you get?
3.84.
Okay, so y will be equal to 3.84. Okay. They might leave the answer in the fraction and so on and so forth. Yeah, 3.84 or 321 over 25. Okay. See this one? It said the resistance R of an object towed through the water varies directly as the square of. Let's go for the inverse one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, these are functions.
Is this with us?
These are functions.
No,
Now.
right?
No, see the variation question. The B question is the variation question. Y is inversely proportional to x. This is super easy. Inversely proportional to x. When y is 8, x is 2, find an equation connecting x and y. Okay, the equation is like the one we did today when we put it in expressing y in terms of x. It's same. Equation connecting x and y means express y in terms of x. Is that okay? So we say y is inversely proportional to x. Y is 8, x is 2. Let's see this one, question 15. Question 15. Okay, I think we'll stop here. You try to solve a lot of these questions. Is that okay?
Okay, just we're only do question 15.
I mean, after this question, then we're done.
Okay.
Okay, so we say y. Look at the question. We say y is inversely proportional to x. Y is 8, x is 2. Find an equation connecting them. Okay. Y is 8. So first of all, inversely proportional to x. So it's not square, it's not s square, it's not square root of x, it's just inversely proportional to x. So what we do, we introduce the constant as usual. We say y equal to k over x. Y equal to k over x. Okay, so the next thing we put the value, y is 8, x is 2. Y equal to 8, x equal to 2.
So x is 16.
So we have to find k first. We have to find k first, and then we come back. So we write 8 here equal to k over 2. So if you cross multiply 2 times 8, we get 60. So k equal to 2 times 8,
16.
which is 16. K is 16. So the moment you get k, now you write equation connecting them. You just write y equal to 16. You put the value of k over x. This is the equation connecting x and y. Is either the language is equation connecting x and y, or they say express y in terms of x. They say express y in terms of x. So
that's the answer?
yes, this is just the answer for this type of question. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see. See, 60 over s. Y equal to 60 over s. That's it.
Okay.
Is that okay? Then the question, I
Yeah.
think it has a B part. The question has a
Yeah.
B part. Right? Is it the question? Let me see.
No, just
That's the question.
no, I don't. Hold on. This isn't the question. No. No, go up. No, I think you scroll down.
It was the question that has function. And this question.
Where?
Here.
What about B?
Okay, look at the B. The room of figure 2. Is it, and then the next is if I equation connecting x and y, and then find y when x is half. Find y when x is half. X is half. We're
So
going to
we
find.
use the equation we just found?
Yes.
Okay.
We just use this equation. Say find y when x is half. So this equation is 60 over x. So you write 60 over half. 60 over 0.5. 60 over half. X is half. So this will become y will be equal to 32. 60 divided by half, you get 32.
Got it.
So that's it. So that's the end of today's section. And